Hi BookTube, it's Missy, and today I'm here to share with you guys my top 5 nonfiction reads that you should probably read in 2019. By the way, these are the only 5 that I own. That's why they're on the list. No, I'm kidding. They are really good. I do recommend, but literally I only have 5 to share with you guys because I only own 5 nonfiction that I read. And they are all in the genres, obviously, that I like. I do have a whole shelf of nonfiction books, like biographies and more cool stuff that I will be reading in 2019, but I just wanted to share these ones with you today. The first one I want to talk about is The Last Asylum, A Memoir of Madness in Our Times by Barbara Taylor. I talked about this in previous videos, you know, when I do wrap-ups. And this one is really, really good. Barbara is a historian. She went to college for that, graduated with that, did that as a career. And then in her 30s, she was diagnosed with depression, I think it was depression. And so she went and stayed in an asylum in England area. And she talks about the entire asylum or mental hospital, the whole work. She talks about how it started, where it came from, why it was made, all of the different kinds of institutions in the UK, Canada, and the United States. She also goes into the history of when it broke apart and what did they do after that, like how did they manage the patients once all of the mental hospitals closed. Very informative, very interesting, not dry at all. I really, really enjoyed this read, read it really quickly too. So if you like mental health and you are interested in her story and the history that is behind mental hospital institutes and asylums, definitely pick up this book. The next book I want to share with you guys is Brain on Fire, A My Month in Madness by Susanna Callahan, or Cahalan. I always say it wrong. It's Cahalan. This is a reporter who in her 20s, I think she was like early 20s, felt sick one day and stayed home from work, and then gradually got sicker and sicker to the point where she thought she was going insane. She had lots of doctor's appointments, was continuously misdiagnosed to the point where they thought it might be schizophrenia, and so she was admitted into the hospital, and come to find out that's not actually what was wrong with her. I don't want to give it away, not that this is a mystery or anything, but she does have something else, not a mental condition. So I would definitely pick this up if you are interested in more mental health and how the system works, like how they diagnose people and what kinds of options are there for you when it's time to see a doctor. Am I making sense? Hopefully I am. I really enjoyed this book. It's not that long. We have one more mental health book that I want to talk about, and this is quite famous. This is Girl Interrupted by Susanna Kaysen. This one is Susanna, right? And this is Susanna. They both sound the same in my mind. Anyways, if you've seen this movie with Winona Ryder and Angelina Jolie, you will like this book. Basically, the movie is the book, but enhanced. This one talks about Susanna's time in a mental hospital when she was in her late teens. She was also diagnosed with, was it depression? I can't remember. Does it say it on the back? Anyways, really, really enjoyed it. Like I said, if you've seen the movie, then this will be very familiar. The adaptation is very well done. It's everything that's in here and more, like I said. So pick this one up if you haven't. It is short as well. I have 2 more to share with you guys. This is Smoke Gets in Your Eyes and Other Lessons from the Crematory by Caitlin Doughty. She has a YouTube channel. I've never actually watched it, but I've always been meaning to, and then I keep forgetting that she has one. So I will definitely leave her YouTube channel down below. I think it's like Ask an Undertaker or a Mortician. Ask a Mortician. I think that might be her YouTube name. Anywho, this talks about Caitlin's career path. When she was little, she saw a death in a mall, which made her interested in death, which then made her interested in being, to work with cremation and cremate people. And then she realized that she didn't like the whole process of embalming a person, that it was very fake, and she wanted to get down to the roots of burial and how we shouldn't be afraid of death. And then she decided she was going to go back to school and become a mortician, and it's very interesting. Again, not dry at all. She has very funny points of view in this. It's comforting, and it makes it more real and less like a taboo subject. I really, really enjoyed this. It made me think about how I don't want to be buried in a grave. I would rather be cremated. Why would I want to be put in this extremely expensive box and be buried in the ground? No, thank you. And the last book I want to share with you guys is Stephen King on Writing, a memoir of the craft. I read this so long ago. It's so fascinating how Stephen King goes about getting his ideas, putting them all together. He uses Post-it notes, which to me seems like a nightmare because they don't stick for very long. They're easily losable. And yeah, he's so fascinating. I love him so much, and all of his work is just perfect. I love everything that he has written. And so this is kind of like a guideline in a way. He talks about how he got started, but he also kind of shares how you too can be an author. And in the back, where is it? There is an example in here as well that will take you kind of like on your own journey of becoming a writer. Really, really enjoyed this. Highly recommend if you like Stephen King or if you are interested in writing one day. And that's it. Pretty fast, quick little video there. I will be reading, like I said, more nonfiction in 2019. I have a lot on death because I am fascinated with that. So I have more undertakers and other mortician books and things like that. I also have a lot of medical books. I have one on Jack the Ripper. I have a couple of autobiographies. One is about astronauts. And so yeah, let me know down below if you are interested in me doing more nonfiction recommendation videos. I know it's not something I do quite often, and I think I read maybe a nonfiction once or twice a year, so I would like to do more in the future. And that is it. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.